Hey guys, we're Guys of the Holder. We're here talking about a game we just played called Unmatched. If you didn't watch us play it and you didn't see me win this glorious belt,
Allegedly.
allegedly though, if you know, you know. Go back to footage. Tell us who won. We're sitting here talking about this game. It is a really fun time. We're going to tell you what we think about it, pros, cons, all that stuff. So if you are this far already, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. All those things so we can make sure that we can, hopefully do this for a living one day. That'd be great. But I'm going to kick it off to our fearless leader, Tony, over here, and ask him a little bit about this game. Why don't you just give us a little rundown of the mechanics and whatnot?
Absolutely. So in the game of Unmatched, you pilot different characters from different IPs across, whatever multiverse you prefer, from Jurassic Park to Bigfoot and Robin Hood to Copple and Smog, Sherlock Holmes, Invisible Man, Dracula, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Oh, you should say that with a little bit more emphasis, Tony. Could you?
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Nope, that's not the winning emphasis
What?
I wanted. We'll move on.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dracula.
No, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Just feels like a champion's name.
Oh
Is
no,
what it
no,
is.
he sucks. He's bad. Don't play his
I mean, it looked like he was going to win, but no one knows. So.
Yeah, that's true. A highly controversial one.
Yeah, ref bump.
So, in this game, you will maneuver around the board and fight opponents managing a resource of your deck and your health. And using the cards that are in your deck, you can attack, defend, and do different types of schemes and actions to get the upper hand on your opponent and win and pull out a victory. You can mix and match from any of the other sets that are around. So, like what we did, we had Sherlock Holmes versus Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde versus a pack of Velociraptors because they're awesome. If you want a full rundown and breakdown on the rules, we did a turn one video on this where we do a complete in-depth guide on the rules and everything you need to know for your first turn of the game. There will be a link down below or somewhere, probably down below. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the full kind of overview of the mechanics.
It is a huge game. Hopefully you guys can see all of these different boxes over here. So it's a big franchise that's working with all these other franchises and bringing this wonderful game. But there's a lot of story and history behind it, and where we're going to turn over to our guy over here, Nighthawk. Go ahead with that.
Yeah, so it was kickstarted in 2019, and it started off with those four. So you got King Arthur, you got Medusa, you have Sinbad the Sailor, and Alice from Wonderland. And it started from there, and then it spread to all these guys. You have Beowulf, you have Little Red Riding Hood, you got Bruce Lee, you got dinosaurs, because why not? So speaking of the dinosaurs, that's what drew me to this game. So the art is done by Mondo, which they do shirts, they do posters, and they do beautiful, beautiful things. Look at this. Look at that. They do beautiful things.
Hopefully, we can kind of stick cam and zoom and look at. We're doing this in 4K HD, and it's giving us a nightmare. Okay, so if I can't zoom in where he just pointed, I'm gonna be livid. Please continue.
I was just pointing.
That's even better. We'll zoom into empty wall space, but you're gonna see every shadow and crack on that wall. Go ahead.
But yeah, so it's produced by Restoration Games. So what they do is they take older games and they give them new life by updating rules and reprinting them. So one of their main guys is Rob DeVoe, who worked on some Axis and Allies. He made Risk Legacy, he made Pandemic Legacy, he made Risk 2210. He's pretty good at what he does. So I think back in the day, there was this game called 2000. Oh, that. You're gonna fix that.
So, no, I won't.
So in 2002, there was a Star Wars game called Epic Duels, where you're Luke and you're Leia and you're fighting, say, Boba Fett and Greedo. You have your main guys, you have your partners, and you run around mixing and matching who's fighting who. They took that concept and added a bunch of different IPs and just modernized it. But they do that lots of stuff like Dark Tower, which they're remaking, which
we're really excited about.
We'll get to.
Ooh, say it more like that, Daddy. I'm sorry. Oh, make me. Whew. Where do we go from here?
I guess, yeah, the first thing we'll talk about is kind of some of the things that we dislike and some of the things that we like about the game.
Yeah, sure. Pros and cons it. Let's pros and cons it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and lead off with a con.
Yeah, sure.
One of the things that I would kind of be not a fan of this game is at the core of it, It is essentially rock, paper, scissors, right? You're playing cards, oh, my number's bigger, oh, this outmatches you. At the end of the day, it's kind of just, this is what I have, and it's
yeah, literally with the duels, it's
yeah.
1, 2, 3, flip over the cards.
Right.
Quite literally rock, paper, scissors. We're laughing. We haven't had this conversation several times, and I didn't miss that point before, so it's fine. So,
It's quite
yeah.
literally rock, paper, scissors at its
Yeah,
core.
I didn't put two
But
together.
that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? That means the game's very quick, it's very fast, makes it very action-packed and kind of quick, and there's not like, you're not sitting there thinking for 20 minutes on the turn that you're going to take, like, which actions do I need to do all this? It's just, hey, I'm just going to play these things, and we're just going to go, and it's fast, and it's zoom. But I think that kind of puts it's not the epic battle of wits that you would necessarily get from other games, right? Like chess, where it's mano a mano, and it's oh man, I have to put everything I have into this to outmaneuver my opponents and get my pieces to where they need to be. It's very, let's just go and jump this guy with a pack of velociraptors.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. To just rehash it again and to kind of keep that point going a little longer, I do disagree with you in some sense. In the last turn of the game, which again you'll see, I did in fact win. I got to play that scheme. Who's wearing the belts?
Pixar didn't happen.
I'm wearing a belt. There's a picture of me holding the belts.
I watched the Montreal Screwjob. I know these things happen.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Again, a reference I don't understand. Get at me in the comments. Tell me why I suck. I did feel like, apart from the actual attacking and dueling and defending things, which is very rock, paper, scissory, I do feel like that last turn, I had a golden moment where, like, oh, the stars aligned. If I play this card first, I'm going to, with this scheme, I'm going to get his health down 2 points. So even if he does defend this next card, he can't possibly defend all of the damage, and I'm going to win. It really felt like rook to back rank, checkmate. Checkmate. And I say that because that's like actually the easiest checkmate to get. Those who know, know. But a con for me that I would like to bring up is there are a ton of different characters. That in itself is actually a wonderful thing. But the point that I'm getting to is the decks that are made for each individual character don't always fit or seem to make sense. Before we played a test game with the Buffy characters, which was awesome. We're all really big fans of Buffy. Tony, you played as the
Buffy,
titular
Yeah.
Buffy Slayer herself, and I played as Willow, and Larry played as Spike,
Best character.
the best character. No one's arguing.
You're
He did
absolutely
win. Yeah, 100%.
Because the best character.
Because it's the best character. No one's upset. Willow was using like computer stuff and magic and was partnered with Terra. Buffy had no scheme cards and was just attack and a little bit of defense. Or
That is because I picked the Xander companion.
okay,
Yeah,
so
Giles.
if you had
Picked
Giles,
There are some schemes in there.
makes sense. That makes sense. Spike had magic clouds that made him teleport everywhere. Spoiler alert, if you watch Buffy, Spike doesn't do that. He doesn't poof in or poof out. He's sneaky sometimes, sure. And
Or we've
like,
just never seen it.
or we've just never seen it. It's always
It
been
happened
off
off
camera.
camera.
Yeah.
The entire
Happened off
time.
camera. Hey, James Marsden, were you poofing and stuff off camera as Spike? I believe it. Why don't you tell me? You could give me a cameo or something. That'd be great. But it was just weird. It was something that the character didn't do, and it feels like a mechanic they just came up with out of nowhere. Our turn one game, we were looking at Beowulf and Little Red Riding Hood, and Little Red Riding Hood, lately in some popular culture, that character has been really turned into a badass. Whereas, when I was a kid growing up, she was a child. And I would love to see this child who is just innocent and what tools they could come up with kind of in like a fairy tale land that would allow her to win and combat Beowulf or any other character, as opposed to changing something about the character to make her fit a little bit more.
So I do have a question about that. Was she part of the original like Brothers Grimm?
Yeah.
Like, the super dark stories.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well,
which-
the Huntsman had the axe and stuff. But also, I mean, like, Alice from Wonderland has a massive fucking knife that she uses as a sword. So
Yeah, that's
that's a modern
that's a modern
Modern
take
take
on,
on it.
things, and
Yeah.
I would like.
Yeah, shout out to that Johnny Depp movie. It was
Change everything.
it existed.
Oh wow! Yeah, didn't they make two? They made two, didn't they?
Wow, they made 2 of those.
I think they made
Yeah.
two of those.
That's,
I watched the first one recently.
Oh
Is that one of the? Is that did that come out like during that time when it was like all CG everything?
yes,
Oh.
all 3D. Like you had to go spend an extra $30 to go see a movie because that was the only thing that was out.
Rip.
Rip. Boy.
So Nighthawk, what would you say would be your con?
Okay, so logistics, not gameplay point, is there's a lot of boxes. I like to buy everything. There's a lot of boxes. This sucks to carry around. But the artwork is beautiful, so I don't want to take them out of the boxes. I don't know what to do there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
when you were bringing stuff over to get everything ready for it, it literally showed up in duffel bags,
Yeah.
and it's just piling out everywhere. And I mean, you can't. It's a mass disservice to unbox these and put them in things that
Yeah,
are easier to carry.
it's
Right.
the best artwork I've ever seen on a board game.
Yeah.
No joke.
And I mean, usually I'm someone that's like, if you get a chance to get rid of the box, like it's nice to keep a box, but like for transportation reasons, a lot of places don't put enough space for like meeples and all the materials that you need for everything. So it's easier to just put it into like a fishing tackle box
Yep.
or
Right.
something like that.
Right.
But like in a game like this, like that's
Look at the box.
yeah,
Look at that.
the main draw of it is just how beautiful and amazing it is. So to take it out and just like, well, whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So since there's so many of it, would you also kind of, is there kind of that same issue with like pricing? Is that kind of like a big drawback for you?
I'm used to collecting things and wasting all my money on this, but normal people might not want to buy everything because for the big box sets, which come with 4 characters, it's between $40 and $50, and then for the small 2-guy ones, between 25 and 30. So buy what you like.
That's only buy what you like. Because that's expensive. That's hundreds of dollars that you've already spent on
Yeah,
this game.
but I'm the type of guy that I'm like, I have all this. I'm gonna make everyone play it since I bought it all. So
Right.
We'll make more videos, I'm sure. Yeah, we'll come back, play different characters, or maybe I'll just main Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and keep wrecking you guys.
Well, they do tournaments. There's a
Oh,
competitive
is there?
scene for this.
I did
Wow.
not know that. Okay.
That often happens at local LGSs or stuff like that. You might be able to get in with that and take them around there and sweep the pro tour.
Right, right.
They go
right,
get a
right.
real belt.
Real
They'll get a
talk, who's
real
number
belt.
one?
This is my real belt.
I saw something on the Reddits where they did like a complete spreadsheet Excel with win percentages for everyone and stuff like that.
Oh,
for
neat.
like a recent tournament.
Yeah, why don't somebody comment what wins the best? Because
Yeah.
we don't like Googling.
Right. That's work.
That's work. We would have been done with this video a lot sooner if we had done proper Googling, I feel like.
So all right, so we kind of said things that we're not the biggest fans of,
Right.
or aspects that might be kind of drawbacks for people that might not want to get it.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say would be reasons that people should go out and get something that they love? Go get their favorite IP or something like that. What's your favorite pro of this game?
So I can think of half a dozen conversations, even when Larry and I were growing up, where we would get into arguments about who would win and why. This puts that to rest. It's great. We can literally find any character that we think is the most badass. There is going to be a Marvel one coming out soon, which is cool. If there's going to be a Marvel one, there's probably going to be a DC one. Maybe Whispers, maybe in the future. I don't know what the company's doing with their lives, but I would like to see Batman fight Iron Man and figure out who would win.
I'd like to see Dracula fight John Constantine. So
That'd be kind of cool. I'd like to see Deadpool fight a vampire too.
I think the Deadpool one is
Dracula's, but Deadpool is the first one. He's coming up. So
Yeah. So that is something that we can do, but it is just delightful and fun and artwork amazing, all of those things. And even though I have this one small qualm, like some of the characters' decks, not them being in the game, doesn't make sense because that's the point of the game.
Right.
It's not supposed to make sense. Their character stats don't feel like they just kind of
true
created something.
representations of it. Yeah.
True representations. However, they do a great job with so many others. Just
So
fun.
would you say your pro outweighs the con?
oh yes,
Absolutely.
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll kind of jump on and talk about some of my favorite pros for it. So
Yeah.
one of the things that I love the most about this is the fact that this game is extremely versatile. So even if you buy into this and you might not have people to play with, or you might not have something kind of set up, force your friends to play along, to find new games. They come with these excellent minis that are detachable and paintable that you can use for other miniature games. Use them in your D&D or Pathfinder or Warhammer 40k. You
Thank
can go
you.
and be
Thank
a horrible
you.
person.
Yes,
Yeah.
bring the dinosaurs into Warhammer 40k.
Yeah. No stat cards. or
What?
stuff like-
Okay, but what franchise would dinosaurs not make that franchise better?
No, they're in there, but they have specific stat blocks for specific miniatures. That's how that whole thing works.
And see, that's why you
I've
show up with
never
T-Rex
played
and you
Warhammer
just
40K.
push everything over and
Yeah,
mine.
I've never played the game, so I don't know how it works.
Another thing is you can actually take the cards themselves and use them for the artwork that's involved, because the artwork that's actually involved in these are amazing. So maybe you got a poster from Mondo and you have the Jurassic Park poster. You can actually use these as like a frame to the poster, or use it as just to make a collage by itself. I mean, like the art is fantastic, amazing. He's literally taking a bite out of the card.
Oh, nom nom nom.
He's eviscerating
Oh,
it.
is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
so cool.
it's so amazing and good and cool, and the references that they have to the IPs in here are fantastic and amazing, and it's very, very unique. And that's kind of what I enjoyed the most about it, is the fact that I get to see IPs that I love that are typically not highly representative or highly shown, and I get this amazing mini, these amazing art cards, everything. So even if I couldn't play it, I could make a collage or something like that, where it's like, look at this cool art that I have. Like, look at how big of a Jurassic Park fan I am. But
Who's
that's,
the other character in the Jurassic Park box?
that would be Muldoon. He is from the first Jurassic Park movie.
Oh,
was the
he is
hunter.
Clever Girl. Yeah, Muldoon hunting dinosaurs. Huh? Clever Girl. Stop it! No!
Yes.
Oh, well, no, he's not, but he's the guy that says it.
Right.
And
I
that's-
understand that reference.
Yeah.
Robert Peck.
Yeah. Oh, we asked about that earlier, and you didn't. You didn't know the name of the actor, but now you do.
No, it's not Robert Peck. No, I thought it was Sam Neill's character.
No, that's
Is-
Dr. Grant.
Dr. Grant,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was doing some other code. I don't know. Who the
Yeah.
fuck he was talking
No.
about.
I
Clever
was
Girls.
I had screwed up the characters before we were talking about this.
Okay.
Referencing stuff that's happening off camera and off recording.
That's cool. We'll cut.
It's cool. We're not gonna cut this. This is raw. This is unedited. Raw.
I've only felt this raw power
So-
once before.
Nighthawk, what do you think is the best about this game?
I like fighting random guys with random guys. I also like bringing this around other people and seeing what they pick. So, not playing with these guys. I brought it to my other buddies and like.
Wait, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What?
So.
Whoa.
I'm picking all these different guys. So and so is picking all these different guys. My one buddy just played Sasquatch, probably 5 rounds in a row. He's just like, what other games can you be Bigfoot and beat the shit out of people? I'm like, you're right. We just let him go.
Can you do that in Red Dead Redemption?
No, you kill Bigfoot
You killed it.
because you're an animal.
Yeah. We eat twigs and berries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are these other friends? We've been in a pandemic for the last year. Who are you hanging out with?
It was Eric and Troll.
Oh,
There you go.
there you go.
Troll
Something
switched
doesn't
it up. Eric just want to be Bigfoot
Yeah,
all day.
so
I mean, you get to hit people with trees as Bigfoot.
Yeah, and he
yeah,
flops around.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, ultimately, I would say this is a game that we all enjoyed and all improve of. So would you? Obviously, you bought into this pretty heavily.
Yes.
So you
would-
approve.
It's safe to say that you approve. Would
Yes.
you?
I also approve.
Approve?
Yes,
You're on?
definitely play this game. If you've got the extra funds, buy the ones that you want, but absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just one of those things where maybe you can only get one of the small sets. I know that they're supposed to be releasing kind of individual characters, kind of like the Bruce Lee thing, that are going to be cheaper. So maybe you have a friend that plays it, and you want to buy into this, but you don't want to spend $40. You can get one of like the Bruce Lee or the smaller sets that are only $10. So yeah, I would definitely say go for it. All in. I approve. So definitely 3 out of 3 guys
Yeah,
recommend.
Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
So I think we're pretty much coming to a close here. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. Go back, watch our other videos. Watch me earn this belt.
Yeah, tell us who actually won.
Didn't happen.
It did, in fact, happen, but come back again after to see if I can keep this belt.
He
see
won't.
who else holds on to the belt. Keep coming back, because we'll definitely see who is the champ and champion reigning forever. It's going to be me.
It won't be.
Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, we're the guys of the Holder. Good night and good luck.
Bye.